Hi, how are you? It's me again. Hope you're all well after last time. Today we are going to discuss about self-acceptance and also testing yourself, like going to the VCP facility and getting to know your status. Now, at times most people get to test because maybe they have other ailments, they go to the hospital. And nowadays it's mandatory when you have other ailments, they ask you to test for HIV. There are also scenarios whereby you become so sickly and you have no idea what's ailing you, and when you go to the hospital you're told to do a test. There are scenarios whereby personally you think like you should go and do a test so that you know your HIV status. So we'll start with relationships. How this is related is before you decide to date someone, it's good that you know your status before you get into another relationship. It's good that you and your partner go to a VCT facility or another health facilities and get tested so that you know how to plan your life, how to protect each other from HIV. Also, I believe it's good so that at least you know, in case it's been in your system for long, I really always recommend that be doing it after 3 or 6 months so that at least you know how to protect yourself, because like a scenario like mine, it had really eaten me up to a point of a CD4 of 249. So clearly I was really sick. I didn't have to wait up to that point. If I'd really tested before, I would have known earlier. Most probably I would have protected someone I might have infected unknowingly. So I really want to emphasize on people need to go and test. Do not fear. It's not the end of life. Kindly, if you do not know your status, just walk into a VCP facility. You will get the best counseling before you even test, because they need to make you understand what the testing entails. They'll make you understand life after testing, whether negative or positive. If you turn negative, at least you'll be told how to protect your life, to abstain or use a condom or be faithful to one partner, rather than just living not knowing, and you're also continuing to infect other people unknowingly, and it becomes a chain, which is not even healthy. I believe we can reduce the rate of infection if we take care of our sexual responsibility. That is whereby we need to, just have one partner. It doesn't hurt. Just go and test before you engage yourself in any sexual activities. Walk into a facility, just explain yourself. For those who are sickly and they are scared and they are thinking maybe I could be like this, do not be scared. If you're scared, you can reach out to me. I can walk with you. I can take you to the facility. Let's test and test and test, because the more we test, the more we reduce the rate of infection. We will not be infecting other people. And also, let's not be bitter. There are people who, after testing, they become very bitter and they want to continue infecting other people. So I really want to emphasize, let's go and test. Let's go and test and test and test and test. Abstain, be faithful. If you really have to have a partner, be faithful to that partner. Together you go and test. So the other issue is after testing, what's next? This is where self-acceptance comes in. Most people, after they are taken through the counseling and they test and they become positive, and they are also counseled again on how to accept themselves. We are human beings. Immediately you're told this is how your status is, you'll be scared. As much as you're counseled, we are different, our strengths are different. There are those people who will be like, it's okay, it's life, I'll soldier on. Then there are those people who will be like, it's over for me, I'm going to die. Because I'm infected, I'm going to die with others. It's not right. It's not even good for you. You're actually killing other people intentionally. You're actually exposing yourself to other infections, because there are people you're sleeping with, you don't know their status. So you're picking other strains of HIV, which I'll be talking about later. in the later days. There are so many different strains of HIV. So if you're thinking, I'm already positive and I want to kill other people, I don't care. Let me tell you something. You're actually picking other strains which are going to put you down very fast. So let's talk about self-acceptance. What happens after you test positive? Of course, as a human being, there'll be those thoughts of, will I make it? Is there life after testing? Yes, there is life. You can make it. However much hard it is, take this into consideration. When a baby wants to walk, many a times the baby falls, but they wake up and they start taking the baby steps again until they walk. That is how you should take life. However the setbacks, however the situation, when you fall, wake up, dust yourself, and walk again. It's never over until God says so. So when you test positive, I think the first thing you should just understand that there's a reason it happened to you, but for the good, not for the bad. Accept yourself, love yourself. Love comes in hand here. Nobody else will ever give you love as you yourself. So kindly love yourself. Look at this. We normally think that people are stigmatizing HIV people. But if you look at it from a different angle, most people do stigmatize us because we do not accept ourselves. We live in fear, so we start attracting fear. You know, if you live in fear, you attract fear. If you live in misery, you attract misery. If you're a happy, confident person, you attract people. So also it's for us to reflect to people out there of who we are. You just accept. I know it's not easy, but just try. Accept yourself. Eat well. You need first to learn to eat well. Remember, when you're in denial, HIV doesn't like stress. When you're stressed, you're in denial, your immune system, your body is going down the drain. So you're actually not helping yourself. So you really need to understand that denial only drains you down the drain. It does not help you in any way. So I want to tell you people that just however much life is hard, do not look at who infected me and what was their intention. Look at it as, how am I going to overcome this? Because in the future there, you're going to be a witness to that you can live with HIV and be a happy person and live a good life. So for me, this is how it worked for me after I tested, because I had said before in the other video that the reason I went to a VCP facility is because my hair had started falling off and I had lost a lot of weight. So I went to a facility, I tested, and I was cancelled. But then that night I remember so many thoughts came into my mind, because I'm a human being. And I was like, am I going to die? Am I going to survive? Then I told myself, if I die, I let myself down. I let the people who depend on me down. But if I live, I shall be a testimony that you can live. So I decided to walk with myself. I decided to eat well. I decided to have a good balanced diet. I decided not to let anything stress me, however hard. And I'll tell you, at that point, I didn't even have a job. I didn't have anything. So it was actually not easy. But I said, you know what? I'm going to prove the world wrong. And I lived. I ate well. I drank lots of water. I did a lot of fruits. I remember people used to look at me with those funny looks because I'd lost a lot of weight. But inside I kept telling myself, I shall overcome. And I'll tell you today, because I'm healthy and, you know, good looking, everybody's like, I love your confidence. So at times it's it's the inside that reflects the outside. So I really want to encourage people living with HIV that it's all about what you reflect from inside. Do not allow stress consume you. Do not allow your depression or denial consume you. Do not refuse to take your medication. Look at it from like people like who have high blood pressure, diabetes. They still need to inject themselves. They still need to take medication every day. So what is the difference? And the good thing with us is, well, the moment your immune system is built up, you go back to live a normal life and you move on swiftly. Do not even fear like people will not accept me, people will not want to date me. There are people out there who will not judge you and they love you for who you are. There are people also who will judge you. Ignore, do not even think about it. People are normal, people are human beings. Their reaction is different. Do not feel bad about it. Just love them the way they are. With time, they are going to understand. And the more we come out and we accept ourselves, then we are going to end this stigma. And it's all about that. So I really want to encourage someone out there who really feels they've given up. They, like it's over. It's not over. It's never over. HIV, it's just a condition. It's actually nothing big. I think this is the most manageable disease in the world. It's just that people do not know what it entails. This thing of dying, people stopped dying long time ago because people eat well, people have the best medication and lightweight. Those days people used to take like 6 tablets. We no longer take those. We only take Cetrin as an antibiotic, which is not even a mandatory when your immune system is okay, and ARVs, which is 1 tablet, and it's once a day. So you can imagine it's no longer that scary thing. At times, even if you're scared to take it when people are seeing you, you can take it at night or early in the morning. So let's not live in fear. Fear is what is going to put you down. Just love yourself. Special thanks to AfriConnections and Professor Joseph Mbele of Minnesota, USA, the sponsor of the YouTube channel under the book Africans and Americans. This book, if you're coming from abroad to Africa or from Africa going to abroad and you have no idea of the cultural differences and you don't want to experience culture shock, you really need this book. If you're a tour guide and you have tourists, you need this book to guide you for it to guide your tourists on how to go about cultural differences between either Europe or here in Kenya. So if you need this book, it goes for $14. The link to get the book is on the description. Also, special thanks to Sukex Drew and Bristol for the venue and support. If you need to get to them, just take the link on the description. Special thanks to Denzel, my videographer. He does an awesome job. He's a good guy. He's very easy to get along with. Also, his link is on the description. And special thanks to anyone who's been in support of me in one way or another. Thank you.